Hey.
Hey, hey.
Okay, hang on. All right, let's see. Oh shoot! And of course, I'm signed in to the wrong account. Hi YouTube and Facebook. If anyone happens to be watching on Facebook, hi Facebook. And if anyone happens to be watching on Instagram, hey Instagram. All the things. I gotta get right. Have you ever seen the movie Life with Mark Lawrence and Eddie Murphy? There's a guy that played baseball. His name was Can't Get Right. That's me today. I can't get right. Okay. Where is it?
Water.
Huh? Yeah, get you some water, Gary. Get you some water, Gary. I'm trying to find it. Lord. 16 minutes ago. Would that be us? Ain't no way we've been on here 16 minutes.
Well, we've been live for 5 minutes. Hey, y'all.
Look, I'm trying.
Get it together.
I can't find it.
What you trying to find?
I gotta share it. Don't nobody know we on YouTube. I gotta share it to Facebook. Cause we on YouTube. Yeah. So start. How was your day? Cause I want to hear about your day. That's why I was like, let me just hit live and we'll figure it out as we go because we ain't talked yet. We literally have not talked at all. Like I sent you the link. I jumped on here. You kept telling me I was upside down, but you couldn't hear me. I was trying to talk to you. I was leaning over the computer looking at you.
Yeah. It was weird. Like, why are you upside down?
I was so tickled because I was like, she can't even hear me. I'm trying to tell her I ain't upside down. I'm just looking over. That's so funny. But anyway, how was your day?
It wasn't. Let me just roll those first few words right on back.
Yeah, you want to breathe first?
Yeah.
Hey, let's breathe. Hang on. Let's share you know what? Before we start, what we're going to do, I'm going to share this live. I'm going to share it with some people because I want to send it to Monique. I want to send it to Kohani. And I want to put it on Facebook. So.
Send it to Dion because I just got off the phone with him.
Okay.
He said he was looking for us last night. I said not to be.
Not to be. Okay, one down. All right. Two down. All right. Let's see. Number 3. Where is it? Boom. Number 4. And on Facebook. What is this? Sorry. I'm like discard post because I don't know. I guess I was in the middle of posting something. You know how like you text somebody but you don't hit send? I just went on my Facebook and went to post a thing and it had a post that I never hit post on. So if you're ever wondering out there if you're the only one I do it to, no, because I do it to me too. Don't feel so special. I do it to me too. That is hilarious. All right, boom. Join us. Put a little message on it. Join us.
Yeah, next time I saw a boy on something. I think it was on either Threads or YouTube. They had a video of him playing the drums. This little kid came into the world with rhythm.
I love that.
2 years old.
How old?
3.
Oh wow.
drums and doing crossovers. And I mean, it was absolutely amazing.
That is
So
amazing.
the
That is
drums,
amazing.
he was beating on things from the very beginning. And so they thought, well, let me just get him a drum. Let's get him a drum. And he
Yeah.
is so amazing.
Well, I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some parents would say, "Shut up, go sit down somewhere, stop hitting on everything." You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's good to nurture what you see kids doing naturally. You know, it's real important to cater to it because it may not be that, but it's gonna lead to. You know what I mean? They know they are the closest to knowing at that age than any age. They know.
This little kid, I mean, you would have thought that he had been playing the drums for years.
Yeah,
3 years old. 3 years old.
that's
Absolutely
so
amazing.
cool.
If I find it again, then I'll send it to you because I was just in awe. I looked at it multiple times.
Well, what was it on? What did you see it on? Did you see it on Facebook or YouTube or?
I don't know. I may have seen it on YouTube. I haven't been on Facebook much lately. I have been trying to develop a professional presence on LinkedIn. So I've been trying going live on, well, not going live, but doing pre-recordings on LinkedIn. Honey, what's up, girl?
Okay,
So I,
okay. So YouTube. Oh no, so you probably heard it on YouTube
yeah, I
because I
think
don't think
so.
it would be on LinkedIn, right?
Probably
Not
not.
drums, not drums. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But tell me
How's
about your weekend. I'll send it.
Okay, so we're gonna catch them up because I know everybody's just now getting in because I just got the link sent out to everybody. So we're starting our live. We're starting our live, and I asked Sue how was her day. The first thing Sue said was, and I don't remember the other words that you got out, but we both agreed that instead of before we talk about Sue's day, that it's wise for all of us to breathe, right? Because sometimes our knee jerk reaction, when people ask us about our day, is to tell them what happened in words that describe something that number one is over, and number two would take a lifetime to describe everything about that day. So when someone asks you about your day, don't neglect anything about your day, but frame what happened in your day in a way that it will best support you right now. Not tomorrow, because hey, there's gonna be more day that's gonna happen tomorrow. But what can you say about your day right now that will support you right now, and making sure that you realize that the words you choose is a decision. And you can make it if you just pause and you breathe. So we're gonna breathe. So let's see. How long do we want to breathe for? I'm gonna set a timer. See, I mean, let's do 3 minutes. 3 minutes? That too long? I
I
don't think
don't
so.
know. I'm just gonna go.
3 minutes. I'm gonna set an alarm for 3 minutes, and that is what we're going to do.
And you can wake me up when it's over because in 3 minutes I know that I'll go deep.
Let's go. I'm right behind you. So everybody out there, if you want to join us, this would be awesome. We welcome you to join us, because this may be the only 3 minutes in your day that you can make the conscious decision to turn everything else off and plug yourself in to whatever feeling you want to duplicate in your life. Alright, so when this music stops, I'll know that the 3 minutes is over. I don't know if y'all be able to hear it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on in your house. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. Please do not close your eyes as you're driving down the road. However, you can still take this intentional time to breathe, though. As you drive, you focus on the road and you breathe. 3 minutes.
And I totally get that, because a lot of the non-fluoride toothpaste are complete scams. And that being said, it was such a hard thing to find a non-fluoride toothpaste that actually worked. I literally had to spend 2.5 years creating it literally myself. You've probably seen our viral zero toothpaste by Something Nice all over the internet, but you probably don't understand why it's so good and what was the need of why I had to create it. Like you, I don't necessarily have an issue with fluoride, but there is more and more data coming out that shows that it's kind of concerning.
Hey, we're looking for sponsors, whatever toothpaste this is, this ad. I don't know if y'all hear it or not.
The problem is that all these.
How was that, sister? How you feel?
I'm good. Very good.
Good. I'm good. Okay, so how was your day? I'm good. I'm great.
I had a beautiful day. Actually, I was reminded throughout the day of how fortunate I am in so many ways. And so I spent a lot of time in gratitude and time praying for the people who are on my prayer list, and joining my friend and praying for some people, and just being at awe in how the Creator moves and the miracles that are being performed right in our presence. And thinking too that sometimes I won't speak for about anybody else, but I will speak for about myself. Sometimes it is so easy for me to get caught up things that in external things that I think are not right. And I have to remind myself that there is no wrong. Um, as I was just contemplating so many people that I know that are near and dear to me who have had health issues and the miracles that God is performing in their lives. And it made my heart happy. And as I thought even about my own health journey over these last couple of weeks, which have impacted my ability to walk, I know that it was an emotional response, my body's emotional response to having to inter my son and feeling like I was having to relive his death all over again. But I was grateful as I thought about it that it, the emotion, the trauma impacted my lower back. It did not put me in the hospital with my lungs, which the doctor has been looking at, and I've had a couple of CT scans in the last 2 months, because of concern about my lungs. So I am, when you first asked me that question, I initially was going to do a recitation of I did this, I did that. But as I started, what did I say? Wait, let me roll that back. Let me roll that back, because I realized that even as the words were coming out of my mouth, this is what I like about being who we are. When you have an awareness of how your brain functions, how your mind works, then you know that you can stop at any point and rewind and then come out in a different way. And so my initial thought had been to talk about, I worked with Chat GPT, I did this, but that's not where I spent that's where I spent a lot of time, but that's not where I spent the bulk of my energy. I spent the bulk of my energy in gratitude for the miracles that are being performed in my life and in the life of my friends and in the life of people as I'm scrolling sometimes on whether it's LinkedIn or any of the other social media platforms, and seeing the things, the miracles that are taking place in people's lives. I just spent time in gratitude. So my day was a day filled with gratitude. How about yours?
Oh, same thing. Same thing. I am just, I am enjoying my life. Like, to the absolute fullest. Because there's nowhere, everywhere I look, I'm blessed. Everything I see is all, ooh, I gotta get my cord because my thing's going dead. But everything I see, I mean, like simple shit. I mean, like down to the simplest shit. Like, for instance, I remember when I was working at Sprouts, I was looking at this coconut water, and I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna buy it because it's too fucking expensive, and I can just eat regular water. I mean, drink regular water. To the point that it's in my refrigerator, and there was no thought process to it. It just, I don't know at what point I just start drinking this water. Just simple stuff. Like every single thing about every single thing is showing up based upon how I feel about it when it shows up, because things are still going to show up that you don't necessarily your best, or you not necessarily the thing that you want to see on a regular basis. What's up, cousin? But what you say about them, like when you like rewound your day, just as simple as, do you describe your day in a list of tasks, or do you describe your day in how great you feel to accomplish something? Do you describe your day on the things that you missed? Or do you describe your day about the things that may not no longer be here, but what you loved about them when they were? Like, how are you really scripting your life? Because that's what momentum is about. Like, we talk about a lot of momentum and shit, but really it's like a lot of the times you gain the most momentum by how you describe your life. Because that catches momentum, because then you hear it, then someone else hears it, you hear it when you're saying it, and it just starts to catch on. I was talking to someone the other day just about, Sue was talking about, miracles happening, and how you talk about the things that are going on around that miracle, and everything about some serious situations in our lives of someone who is very close to us. All of the conversations, think about the conversations. Every conversation was amazing. Every conversation was uplifting. Every conversation was about light and healing and life and living. That means something. That's how you we try to make manifestation so damn hard. It ain't. What's hard is to get out of your way. But once you do, it's the only thing to do. It's really the only thing to do. Get out of your way by trying to describe to people something you'll never be able to put into words. Not ever. Not ever. And your hand up, Sue. What you about to say?
I am just totally agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. And what I would add is, it, as you and I speak, and certainly I'll speak for myself, it wasn't always this way for me. And that's what I like to emphasize to listeners, that I've been on a spiritual journey now for a little while, and every day I learn something new about myself as I move forward on this journey. And sometimes it is like taking 2 steps forward, and I don't take a full step back anymore, I think, but I certainly take a quarter step or a half step, and I have to catch myself, as I did earlier. I have to catch myself and realize what I'm doing. So as we move forward in our personal evolution, awareness is key. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter whether you share that with other people or how you share it with other people, as much as you are transparent and authentic with yourself.
Yes.
I have no problem admitting when, oh yeah, that didn't quite go the way that ideally, as an evolved spirit, that didn't quite go the way perhaps it should have. But it's okay, because I caught it, and I'm not going down into that rabbit hole, and I have a chance to self-correct and reroute. And that's really what all of this is about. For me, spirituality and spiritual evolution is grounded in self-awareness. And that's where you start. That always is the key to starting. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes when people are talking about these things, and it could happen in our conversations as well, I'm sure it does, it seems like, oh, well, they have gotten to a certain level and they don't make mistakes. I don't think anybody makes mistakes, but I will say we make some missteps. And we have to and not just an opportunity, a responsibility to ourselves and to our community, whoever that may be, whoever is listening. We have the responsibility to identify the misstep and correct it. And correct it. And to in doing that, it allows people to see this thing called life. It's about practicing, 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 practicing. And people can say practice makes perfect. That's what they used to say when I was a kid. But practice does not make perfect. Practice makes better. The more you do it, the better you become. You can, I think, achieve with regard to your life evolution at the end of your journey in this lifetime. You'll be as perfect as you're supposed to be on this lifetime. But to say that you practice yields perfection, I think that's a misstatement. And I think it is a misstatement that causes some people to feel less than. It is discouraging because some people think, well, I'm never going to get that. Well, what I would say to that is whatever you get, as long as you have an awareness and you are moving, just keep moving. Just be the best that you can be in that moment.
For me, being happy too. And I know that sounds like, especially when people are going through hard things, but there's always something that, like you said, it's not about perfection, it's about better. Even with your mood, even with your mood, Abraham Hicks talks a lot about moving on the emotional wheel, like from frustration to or annoyed to frustration, or frustration to like or what I think one of my favorites when she was talking about, because I never thought of this part, she talked about going from angry to revenge, because at least that's expelling energy. It's still a step forward, and a lot of us hold ourselves in certain states because we don't want to move to another like annoyance or whatever. But still, if it gives you some relief, move that way, because it's not. But a lot of us, what we want to do is move from angry to bliss, and that's like a train going 100 miles an hour and coming to a screeching halt. No one inside would survive. You can't. Momentum just doesn't work that way. Neither do we. It's a gradual thing. We got to give ourselves grace. A lot of people take that grace thing too biblical. Like, close the Bible for a second and listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Grace is for real. It's not biblical. It's actuality. Give yourself grace, because you cannot stop a train on a dime, because you wouldn't survive that. That's why a lot of people say you're getting on my nerves, or it's on my nerves, and my nerves are bad, or you get heart palpitation because you're collapsing that space too fast. Take your time with yourself. Say, okay, I'm pissed off. Be pissed off. Give yourself some relief, but do it in a healthy way. Punch a bag, go for a walk, go to the gym, watch a movie, take a nap, something. Smoke a J. I don't know what you do. But do what you need to do, because it's still moving in the direction of what gives you relief, but in the healthiest way that you know how. Not the healthiest way I know how. I ain't been what you've been through. So if I say, oh, I'm meditating, you're like, I don't want to meditate. Okay, I'm not telling you to meditate. What I'm telling you to pay attention to is you, not me. What helps you? What brings you there? What gives you relief? What gives you a sense of peace? What gives you a sense of ease? And do those things habitually, not waiting to those moments, because the more you stay there, you're changing your point of attraction. But we wait until we need relief before we feel like we deserve relief. Meditate every day. One of the things, I was listening to the lady that I follow, Sonia Marie. My skin is so hot. Every Friday night. It does this every Friday night, and I can just feel it. I don't know what they say in church. I feel my help coming. But what was I saying? Oh God, I got distracted by the hotness. It's probably spirit saying shut up because I'm coming. So you talk, Sue, because I can't right now. You say something. My face is burning.
Well, what I will say is that I like to remind listeners and myself included that everything is energy. We are energy beings. Our thoughts are energy. Our movements are energy. Energy is designed to move. It's supposed to move through your body, move from above
Mm-hmm.
you, nine energy right down through your body, out your arms and your hands, and your down through your abdomen, your thighs, right on out the center of your feet. And too often, when we are stressed or traumatized or whatever it is, the energy stops moving. And one of the ways you can know that your energy has stopped moving, where are you feeling it in your body? Oftentimes we feel it in our stomach. The stomach, which is your second chakra, and that is your emotional brain. So a lot of times we feel it there, but it's also impacting that first chakra, which many times is our security or the lack of security, because a lot of things that we are worrying about are related to that base chakra. So as you are experiencing whatever you're experiencing, just ask yourself, well, where do I feel it in my body? Energy is emotion. When you think about emotion, emotion is energy in motion. It is energy in movement, and it should move throughout your body. For individuals, many of whom are experiencing some kind of health issue, the origin is in the fact that the energy is blocked. It's stagnated. It's impacted that part of the body, those organs or whatever. And I don't know if we said this earlier that we were actually live, but I mentioned that I have had difficulty walking, and this is a prime example. So it's been 2 years now since my son passed. Well, it was 2 months ago, roughly, when I found his documentation that he wanted to be interred in the National Cemetery. And when I found it, I just had this overwhelming similar to what I experienced the night he died. It just came out of nowhere and so harsh. And I literally went to my knees. I was cognizant of what was happening. And so I gave myself the freedom to speak. But here's the thing, even though I was consciously dealing with it as best I could, and I knew what needed to do, and I experienced waves of grief over the period of the last 6 weeks or so. Uh, 2 days before it was time for the interment, I could hardly walk. I mean, literally, I woke up Wednesday morning and I could not put my feet down on the floor. My lower back was hurting, but not only was my lower back hurting, which again is related to that base chakra, first and second chakra, not only was my lower back hurting, but when I attempted to put my feet on the floor, I could not stand at all. I literally was bent over like a bell. And that happened. I mean, so I was having to take Advil and to I finally, my friend is a chiropractor, so I got some chiropractic adjustments. It would get better, and then one day it would be better, the next day not. One day better, the next day not. And then after we did the interment, I went to Atlanta. Uh, it was really bad while I was there. I knew that I didn't want to come back home. I didn't want to come back home because I knew that I would still have to have a time where I actually adjusted to the fact that no, even though I knew here, no, in my heart, no, he is never physically coming home again. He is at rest. He is in his final resting place. So I wasn't anxious to do that. And as long as I was not anxious to, as long as I was resisting that, the energy was stopped in my body. I couldn't walk. After a couple of days of being home, it was so amazing. I walked around in awe for a couple of days because just as quickly as that energy has come on, as I was unable to walk, just that quickly, the energy moved, and I walked around all day thinking, I can walk. I don't feel it. It's gone. I don't have it in my back anymore. I can put my feet flat on the floor. It was gone. But you see, it was here. It lodged at the subconscious mind, impacting my body in a very physical way until I finally released it. After being here for 2 days, I finally was at peace again, being here in this house. I was at peace with the fact that his energy is here, but it was a welcoming energy, right? Um, so my point in sharing all that, I tell stories, I always do, but my point in
Yeah, you
sharing
know I'm here for. I'll be like,
is simply just to remind you as listeners that even though you may be conscious of what you're doing, most of what is happening in your body is happening at the subconscious level. Research indicates that we may think that we are conscious all the time, but we're only 5%, 5 to 10% conscious. So that's 90% that's happening below the surface, right? And as was the case with my body, relative to my son, it did not even occur to me that. Well, I will say I thought about it briefly when it happened, and I thought, no, I rejected the idea that it was related to him. And it wasn't until I got back and I got settled in. It's like, wow, that's exactly what that was. Because I can, just as quickly as I went to bed that Tuesday night, I was walking just fine. I woke up Wednesday morning, I couldn't put my feet on the floor. I get back home from Atlanta. I'm here 2 days, still bent over, still adjusting to being in this house. And then when I accepted it, just as quickly as it had come on, it was gone. When I tell you I have been in awe and in gratitude, I have been in awe and in gratitude about how God works, not just in my life, but in the life of everybody, really.
beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. You know, if you see it, it it doesn't matter what it is or how it comes wrapped or how you want to describe it. It is an absolute, unequivocal, undeniable miracle every second of every day. Truly. We're sitting here, take my car for instance. We're sitting here in 2025. And if you look at my car, ain't nothing to be like, stop traffic or nothing, but it's a decent looking car, little Nissan Versa, inside it's real stained with instant dust, but it's okay.
Get you where you need to go.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but the thing is, I bought it in 2016, fresh off the lot, brand new. But you wouldn't know that by looking at it. But you still look at it like, it's a pretty good car. But before that, it was nuts and bolts. And before that, nuts and bolts was an idea some dude had to build something. And before that, he was sperm and egg, split. And before that, who the hell knows? We all got, our theories. A miracle has happened. And we get to express that miracle. How do you give gratitude for life? And because that's what you're doing with yours. And when you think of it that way, it's just like, so, for instance, everybody, well, I don't know everybody know, like everybody know me. I used to be a smoker. I have this life that I was given that came through all odds. And I'm here living it, and I've been doing it for 46 years. And I get up in the morning, and if I say I want to honor my life to the best of my ability, and I put a cigarette in my mouth, I can't be shocked when things show up that I don't want. I just can't be. If I have a day, and my day is miraculous, because I'm here, and I'm breathing, and I want to give honor to my day with my words, and the only thing that I can pick out of my day while my lungs were breathing without me telling them to is the customer that pissed me off. That's how I want to honor my day. Is that how you want to honor your day? If someone asks you, how's your day? Girl, let me tell you what happened. I woke up this morning and I realized for however long I breathed, or however long my heart was pumping, or however long my liver was filtering and my kidneys was processing and my brain was dreaming the most amazing dreams. I never had to tell any of that stuff to happen, and I woke up this morning, I was still breathing and my heart was still pumping and my brain was still thinking. And I realized that I have some hours in this day to do with it as I please, no matter the consequences, because what I do, I know will come back to me in some form. So if I honor my day in a way that I want to see things come back to me in that type of honor, how better would you spend your day? How better would you talk about your day? How much more would you share your day? Because I tell you right now, a lot of people, and I know for a fact, some people personally, that wouldn't have anything to say for a very long time because it is damn near impossible for them to say something positive about their day. I'm for real. I've got to the point that where now I really have to normalize telling people, shut up. I don't want to hear that, because if that's how you honor your day, I'd rather not hear about your day. Not because I don't care, but the best thing I can do for you is to stop you. Stop that momentum. You don't want to put it out there. Do you need a hug? You can say that. How was your day? I need a hug. That tells me everything I need so we can stop this momentum and get back on the right track.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes of complaining changes, and what it does is it puts me on your side of more of what you just talked about for 15 minutes, and I don't want to be on that side. I'm not on that team. That's not the team I'm on. And I have nothing against the other team. Please, but I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna be over here. Honor your day the best you can. And I understand I complain sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong now. I'm not up here Miss Goody Two Shoes, because sometimes I'll lay a fuck this day down in a minute. Okay, fuck this day. Okay. But like Sue said, like when we got on here, she noticed in the moment. Like Kuhani was saying, awareness is key. Resetting in the moment. That's when you gotta reset that thing. Not after you told 20 people, like, okay, now I'm gonna meditate. Woo, you better meditate for it. Add up how long it took you to tell every single one of them stories, and I bet you ain't gonna meditate that long, because that's about how long it's gonna take just to come out even. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful to honor our days and to honor our lives in a way that we describe it in a way of what we want to see. Not what we experienced, not what we saw, but what we want to feel. What we want to feel. Easier said than done. I know, fair enough. But so worth it. It's so worth it. So worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on what you just said. And you said honor, that's how you're going to honor your day. And is that the way you want to honor your day, by just focusing on the negative energy? Is that the way you want to honor your friends and your friends' day? Because we always will go back to everything is energy. And when you are releasing your energy by virtue of just saying all of the negative things that have happened, imagine that the air coming out of your mouth is energy, and you just spraying your friends, you're spraying your family, you're spraying your loved ones, and you're just encapsulating them in your negative energy because they are absorbing it. And so you may end up feeling a whole lot better, but you have just left a pile of doo-doo,
Shit.
dookie.
That sounds worse.
I'm trying to clean up my language, y'all. I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You just left a pile of stuff on someone else. That is your contribution to humanity that you have just made. That is your contribution to the higher consciousness. Is that what you want to put out there?
No.
You know, I used to be, I didn't realize, and many of us don't. It's not intentional. It is the programming from early on, from being around people who can only talk about negative stuff. And so we just absorb it, and it becomes our normal. And that's okay when you're young, but at some point you must become, as I heard the man say today that I like, radically responsible. Radical responsibility, meaning to be responsible for yourself and for your own thoughts and for what you put out into the world. Because again, what you're putting out there, you're spraying me with all your stuff, but it's like a boomerang. It's going to come right back to you. So even though you may have momentary relief, what you're doing is creating more of the stuff that you don't want. Always.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot tell you how much. Just get this. Everything is energy, and you're always sharing your energy. Your energy precedes you. You walk into the room, people in the room, they don't even know who you are, for instance, but you walk into the room and they can feel like, wonder what's wrong with her. Wonder what's wrong with her.
I know, right? Like,
you know I'm right, because I know that you, whoever you are, I know that you have had a similar experience. You walk into a room and you go, ugh, something about this.
I gotta get out of here. I got to get out of here.
It's real. That's all I'm trying to say. Energy is real, and we're always sharing energy. Even though this is a virtual experience that we're having, we are in overlapping energy fields, because there's only one big energy, right? And then we are all aspects of energy within the energy. It's like there is the big body of energy, which is the creator energy, and then we're like the eyes, the nose, the organs. We're sharing energy, but we got our own energy. And so when you are expelling whatever your experience is, when it is clothed in negativity, you're sharing it with your liver, you're sharing it with your kidneys, you're sharing it with your heart, you're sharing it with your brain. Yeah. You're sharing it with me, you're sharing it with Carrie, you're sharing it with anybody else who's listening. We love you and we don't want it. Just saying, we don't. We love you, we don't want it. And more important than that, not only do we not want it, but we don't want you to have it either, because that's what causes you to get sick. That's what causes you to have mental issues, depression. That's what causes your different organs not to function properly. That's what causes you to have ulcers and ulcerative whatever and headaches.
Ulcers.
Yeah, all of that. It's stuck energy. It's stuck energy. And one of the easiest ways that I have found, once I got that awareness, it's like, no, I'm not even, I don't always get it right, but I catch myself as quickly as I can. And what stuff, I can name it. And here's another thing that you need to know. If you are saying one thing, if you're saying something positive, but you don't believe it at the subconscious level, then as between what you are verbalizing and what you believe that's imprinted on your psyche is going to always win. So if you're saying, okay, so I'm not going to hold on to this negative energy, and yet you haven't done the work to rid yourself of the negative energy, your mind's going to hold on to it, and you're going to continue to manifest more of the same stuff. Just saying.
What did it say? What is like what? How did it go? Liken unto itself. How did that phrase go? I forget what it says in the Bible. But it's all attraction. It's all the point of attraction. You know, it really is a point of attraction. If you start to see things around you that resemble things that you don't like, don't be upset with the thing. Be very grateful, because it's showing you something.
Yeah.
It's allowing you to see something that you need to clean up. Not anything you need to disrespect or hate about yourself or be mad about or get upset about. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. Aren't you glad if you walk by a mirror and realize your pants are unzipped? You don't drop to your knees and say, "Oh God, my pants are unzipped." No, zip your pants and be like, "Whoo, glad I went by the mirror." That's all that is. That's all that is. When you start to see frustrating things and things start kind of going kind of, I'm glad I walked by that mirror. Because now I know I need to clean that up. I need to zip up. I need to zip up. So, I don't know. I love it. I love a good mirror, honey. I love a good mirror.
It's like your life is simply presenting an opportunity for you to see yourself in the mirror of your own mind. And so often we tend to look outside of ourselves and point the finger at, well, this happened, that happened, he did this, she did that, they did the other. That's a part of the programming. And it's not, this is not to cast blame on yourself. This is the way we have all been programmed from day one for the most part. And sometimes the programming is overt, and sometimes we are imprinted by the people who are in our lives, and we see how they handle conflict or how they handle relationships or whatever. And so that's the way we think that we're supposed to handle it. It's just imprinted at the subconscious mind. But we have, as we move through life, it's like when you know better, you do better. Y'all, we tell you,
Yes.
now you know. So now you get to do better. And it's not so that you can impress anyone else. It's not so that you can be anything for anyone else. It's so that you can be that girl, that guy for yourself.
For
Because
you. Yes.
I think inside of each of us, whether we acknowledge it or not, there is a knowingness as to who we are at our core, the who that we were before the society told us who we could not be. That's the girl that you want to reconnect with. That's the guy that you want to reconnect with. That is your divine self. And so the work, it's never about what's outside there. What you are experiencing outside of yourself is simply a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And so if you're angry at someone else because of something that they did or said, look at your own self. What is it? That's a trigger, but what is it triggering within you? So the boomerang, you see them, they're doing whatever, but know that that's the way that you know whatever you're attracting out external to yourself. That's the way that you know that this is what I need to work on within me. This
Yes.
right.
I say. That's it right there. We are yet mirrors. I'm talking with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No, I wish I would have heard that. Something happened over there. Now something was over there.
Like, why you
Second,
getting
I
out?
thought, okay. I'm talking with the man in the mirror. Ooh, I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. Ooh. Yeah. The man in the mirror. I might have to go back and name this one The Man in the Mirror.
I was
I say.
I was talking to, this is a different aspect of this thread, a conversation that we're having. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I said, when we experiences, if those experiences don't end the way that we want them to end or don't play out the way that we want them to play out, then oftentimes we will look back at that experience and color the whole thing bad, and
That's
color
it.
the person or the people that were involved in it bad. And we feel in coloring, that coloration causes us to feel some emotion within ourselves. It is the ego that is saying to you, that person hurt you. We're going to register that at the subconscious mind level so that if you see something like this coming in the future, you will know not to go there to
Don't
protect
think
yourself.
you're gonna be hurt again. Yeah.
And so when we go through something, even though there may have been times when, oh my God, this is just so beautiful. It's absolutely the best thing in the world. I'm having this great experience. If it doesn't end the way we want it to end, then we will look at all of it and say how horrible that person was, how horrible that experience was, how horrible, how horrible. I think an indicator of spiritual growth is when you can look at the experience as an experience that caused you to elevate, regardless of what you may have thought it was going to be, regardless of how you may have conceptualized it or visualized it in your mind. You realize that everything does happen exactly the way it's supposed to happen. And even though this didn't play out the way I wanted it to or thought that it would, look at how I grew as a result of it. Look, and again, this is where you are not, you're looking perhaps at other people, but only from a positive perspective, that they are catalysts for your growth. I don't care what you experience in life. Everything comes back to what are you doing? It's all about you. It's never about anything else. Ever, ever, ever. It is always only about you. And the people who are in your energetic circle are there to support you as you learn whatever it is you are to learn as you have these experiences. And yes, I said they are there to support you even when what they do or what they say brings you to your knees. They still are there to help you have the growth experience that you're supposed to have or that you need to have in order to level up to get to the next level. So for me, a an indicator of spiritual growth is when you can look at whatever he, she did, it happened, and not have anger, not want to have revenge, recognize that that person showed up exactly the way they were supposed to show up, recognize that that experience happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen, recognize that you operated at capacity, that what if you gave, and don't, it's not a matter of I gave too much. No, you gave what you gave because that was what you felt you should give in that moment, right? And so my point simply is we often look at our past experiences, and if they don't work out the way we wanted them to work out, we paint them with a black brush. It's all bad, and everybody who was involved in it is bad. And as a result, we feel some kind of way and we're condemning ourselves. But there's never, I mean, all the cast of players, you're the maestro. You are the maestro, you're the director. Everybody on a metaphysical level, everybody is doing exactly what you have cast them to do. And so, why are you mad? Don't be mad.
She said,
Be grateful.
why you mad?
I mean, think about it. Just be grateful because this gets me into the metaphysical, the metaphysics of it all. These are people that energetically, these spirits are spirits that you, these are part of your soul group. And they are here with you in this lifetime to support you. Yes, I said support you, even if it brings you to your knees. And bringing you to your knees, it strengthens you because when you learn the lesson, you have the experience, you learn the lesson, you're stronger when you get back up. And next time, because yes, there more likely than not will be a next time, but you see it before it gets there and you can choose a different outcome. That's all I want to say.
I love it. The first thing that came to my mind was the band Color Me Bad. I'm like, I don't know where they went. I forgot about them. But the second thing was, I like that because we do that. We do that. We'll color the whole day by the thing that piqued our emotions the most, typically. So if it's frustrating, whether it's love, whether it's anger, whether it's deceit, whatever that heightened, the most heightened thing that happened in that day, we tend to color the whole day that, which is why it's so important to choose love, to choose light, to choose all these positive aspects. Oh, girl, I got to get the quarter. We're gonna say goodbye a whole different way. I'll be right back. What is this, girl? Bada boom. Bada bang. Okay. All right, we plugged in. We got the little lightning bolt on there now. We ready now. We got that. We in there now. Oh yeah. So I mean, shoot. What's your final word, Susu? We're gonna get on out of here anyway, but I want to hear what's your final thoughts. Or you want me to go first?
I'm gonna make you laugh.
Huh?
This ain't even much what we were gonna talk about.
We never even got to the topic, Susu. Like we literally never even got to the topic. Like not even one time.
No, this is not what we said we were gonna talk about.
We actually had a topic this time.
I guess it was what needed to be said.
Oh my God.
Here is this. We ask oftentimes for God, Creator, Source, to order our steps. I love that song, Order My Steps. And we ask that all the time in various ways. We ask God to give us the desires of our heart. And sometimes, many times, God always answers prayer. Many times it doesn't manifest the way we thought that it would, that we wanted it to. We had a very definite topic that we were going to talk about. We'll catch you next time. I would simply leave you with this. This, I believe, is evidence of God ordering our steps. I think that what was said needed to be said. I believe that it provides value to someone in the listening audience. And so I am grateful to be used as an instrument.
I love that. I ditto. That's what I gotta say. Ditto. Ditto to that. I love you. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Because I am love. I am in love. Love precedes me. Love is all around me. Love encompasses me. So if you get anywhere close to me, expect to get it on you. Because I can't do it. I can't do nothing else. That's what I do. And I love deeply, which surprisingly repels the right people.
Yeah.
You know, I was just talking to somebody the other day. It's like really, truly, when you are in love, and I'm not talking about attaching it to no person. Yeah, I'm saying in love. In love, you never have to say hello or goodbye. You just go as deep as you can every single time. And sometimes you never get to the greeting because some people just can't go no kind of deep. And that's just fine with me. That's just fine with me. So yeah, be in love and don't have any other person in mind but yourself. And I promise you, the right type of love will find you. It'll show up. You ain't got to invite it. You ain't got to send out invitations. You ain't got to do none of that. Just love yourself so much that you can't help but attract it and anything like it. You love money? The quickest way to get money is love you. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us. Dion and Kuhan, them the only two I see in here, but there's like 8 people watching. Why y'all ain't say nothing? Y'all ain't say hey? I'm just mess. You ain't never gotta say hey to me. I love you. I don't have to know who you are. I love you and I mean it. And it truly ain't nothing you can do about that. It really ain't. Y'all come back and see us again. We keep popping up in here. This is the late night happy hour, by the way, with Carrie Irene and DrSue. Where what comes up? And that's just how we do it. We about out of here now. You don't have to hashtag replay Angelique, but we love you. We love to see you. We love to feel you. And we thank y'all for spending time with us. We're going to see y'all next time, though. We out. See you later. See ya.